because their prices are ridiculous. Not to mention what they're growing is pure crap.
Amen.
Ever since well, that's you know.
You can grow your own.
But seriously, they what they've grown since it's become
Intercom.
Well, hold on.
What the penalty would be for patients who grow their own cannabis once the bill's enacted.
Stand by one moment, please.
Thanks.
What happened?
I asked him what the penalty would be for patients growing their own cannabis once if the bill package is
As of now, it's a death
passed.
penalty. You can tell that it's a death penalty right now.
Any instance with the police can be a death sentence. So, but cannabis has its own stigma attached to it, which is definitely perpetuated by law enforcement, and we have to make sure that patients are protected and have rights to their medicine, fundamental rights to their medicine.
And to choose what medication that we want as patients, not to be forced to have to be on opioids and all the crap that just poisons you more.
Or be put on protocols. Like
every other state.
Or spend $12,000 a year on medication for 2 ounces.
Yep.
Every legalized state recognizes the need for medical home cultivation.
Bueller? Bueller?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
This is terrible.
Are they coming out here to
It's
talk
like
to us?
No.
Like this guy's like a fucking president or something.
Wayne,
I'm
stuff's
just saying.
falling right out of those cones.
Oh my God!
Yes.
Another one. Wait, you can't blame me for all those.
I
You have to relight it.
smoked my
used a
part.
real,
I
I
have
used a
one.
real paper.
I could do.
I have a
I
real
didn't
paper.
blow it.
Yeah, I got a
Just
lighter,
saying.
I think. Yeah.
I got a lighter.
I think I got everybody's lighter.
Ross.
Hi.
Hi, you're welcome to be here, but we would ask that you stand over in the grass, which is public property.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
we'd like to
Thank you.
speak
Sure.
to this as
Yes,
soon
we,
as possible.
yeah. I have, there's
They're all
some
patients.
constituents, and they're all patients of the medical cannabis
Okay,
program.
okay. Again, if you would gather over there for the time being, that would be great.
Okay. Will he'll come out to us? You think? Or
Okay.
you guys over there?
I don't know his schedule,
Okay.
but I will certainly at that point share anything, even if you have anything in writing that you'd like to share
do,
with the
yeah.
office.
Okay.
That would be great.
Okay, you want that now, or?
Yeah, that would be wonderful. And if you'd like to step in,
Yeah.
we could do
Let her know about the
Tracy
death
would
penalty
prefer.
for patients.
Okay.
You want to go in? Okay, you're behind me.
No, you can. I'll follow you.
The two of you are just coming down.
She's also a constituent. Trace?
Okay.
Take this.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Can you hold that, Trace? Thanks. I have, there's a petition for home cultivation, for allowing that. We had pursued it this past year, adding medical cannabis cultivation for patients to
I'm
the.
sorry, your name is?
I'm Joanne.
Joanne.
Yes,
Okay.
nice to meet you. This is Tracy,
Okay.
and this is Trace.
Hi. Nice to meet you.
And they said that they wouldn't add it to the current legislation. So we're asking for new legislation to add it to amend CUMA, so that patients can cultivate their own medicine, because it saves them a lot of money. And with legalization, we're kind of concerned about supply. This would give them greater access.
Okay.
And so we did a petition over the last few months, and these are all the signers.
Okay.
These are all the signers from the 3rd Legislative District.
Okay.
I only have one copy, but I can email you copies
Okay.
for each of the assemblymen.
Okay.
And these are all of the comments that are on there, pleas from patients, letting you know their hardships, their conditions, their situation, that they can't afford it, they need this access, they want this access. And, I've been trying to get clarification from Scutari's office as far as what the penalties will be after, if legalization passes. As it is now, it's felony. So we're looking to not have patients arrested. We're looking for them to actually be protected with this, and all other legalized states allow patients to grow their own because they know it's for availability and affordability and access.
And it's also to know what is in our medication that we're taking, because if we're growing it, we know what we're putting into it. We know that there's no additional pesticides, no additional side effects that we're going to get from anything that could affect our long-term health care. So we're not going and wasting the state's money or wasting the government's money on medication that may or may not do what we really need at the end of the day, because we don't know what they're using.
Okay.
What kind of grow setups that they have, because patients have no access to grow houses, so we can't see what's being done, how our medication's being processed, what it's being processed with. If we were able to home grow, not only would we save the cost of money and be able to afford our lives. As a single parent, it's incredibly difficult to afford my medication, but I don't want to be on pills that my insurance would cover. If I went on pills, then I would not be able to be a single mother. That's just the fact of life. But at the same time, I can't afford medication as it is. So being able to home grow would be of huge value to me, to know that I'm not being forced to go to the black market. I'm making sure that I'm staying within the legal guidelines, because I am a single parent, so I have to concern myself with these things. So,
And you have to be protected.
exactly, and I have to make sure that I'm protected and the welfare of my child is protected at the end of the day. Because he should not be penalized for my choice to not live a life on pills.
Yes, and I personally, myself, I appreciate the legislation to legalize. It will help improve access for patients as well, and S10. It's been needed for a very long time. So we appreciate that work, but there's something missing, and it's been missing for 10 years since the KUMA was enacted.
Yes.
And I did have actually have a question for the senator. We would like to know, he voted yes 10 years ago to the measure of 6 plants being allowed for patients. That was 10 years ago, February 23rd. And we just would like to know what has changed that he would not vote for that now, that he would not put something up like that now for patients.
Okay, I'll share those comments here and everything.
Great.
That you shared with me.
And your name again?
My name is Ashley.
Ashley, thank you so much.
Ashley,
Nice
thank
to
you for
meet
the
you.
time.
Nice to meet you
Nice to
too.
meet you. You too.
And yeah, they're all patients, and they're just looking for some
Some of us.
compassion and someone to help them with this.
And
Some of us are disabled veterans and can't afford what is in the dispensary. And like, we can't,
the shame with that is I see a lot of them go to alcohol because
They
they can
do,
afford the alcohol.
It's
And
cheaper.
so you have more veterans that are alcoholics, which then ends them most of the time becoming homeless because they can't hold down jobs, they can't live lives that we as
because
patients
alcohol
can
is
do.
the gateway drug.
Exactly.
Like,
And
it's
it's
a shame.
horrible
And
to see
and-
people like Trace in that situation. I mean, thank you for
Definitely.
your service every single day.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, alcohol is deadly, and it's a lot cheaper, and
And so are opioids.
you can brew it yourself at home. You can brew beer at home, so they can't grow their own, and growing would help a lot of veterans,
Absolutely.
just and community and saving lives.
It would keep the opioid overdose numbers down.
Down big time. I mean, medical cannabis helped me get off of 6 different opioids. I mean, I'm a tiny person, and I
Same.
was on 8 different opioids a day for 6 years constantly. And it's only been since the legalization that I've been able to regain my life back and to give my son a mother, because he didn't have one for a long time.
I'm sorry.
And now he has me back, and he remembers that. He was old enough when he lost me, that he remembers what it was like to have mommy run with him and to do things with him that I can't do now, that I'm beginning to be able to do again. And he recognizes that, and he's 9 years old.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Patients can't have breaks in access, and when they can't afford it,
we have to
they
go without.
go without. They
We're
go
trying
without.
to make it stretch all the way through just to try to get to the end of the month or to the point.
Hi, we're good.
You guys good?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Which one of you guys are the leader of this protest?
I am.
Just need your name just documented.
Okay, Joanne.
2118 Harry, clear warrant.
Joanne.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
Huh, I appreciate that. The two ends or one?
2 ends.
E on the end or no?
I'm sorry?
E on the end?
Yes.
Okay. Last name?
Zito, Z as in zebra, ITO.
Zito?
Yes.
Okay, on your date of birth?
Can I tell you outside?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thanks.
And thank you very much for hearing us.
Yeah.
I know
Oh, you're
myself
welcome.
as being disabled my whole life, and I know for Trace being a disabled veteran, these are things that are, we want to be active parts of the community. We don't want to live our lives on Social Security. We want to be able to be working. Because yes, while our bodies might be physically disabled, there's nothing wrong with our minds, and we want to use those to the best of our ability. So that way we can get off of Social Security for the people that need it more than we do.
Right.
That's our end goal.
Right.
And for us to be able to do that, we need the access to our medication, and it needs to be affordable for us.
Yeah, that's
So,
the biggest thing is the
affordability.
affordability.
And home grow is a major aspect of that. And there are ways for it to be discreet. There are, we've found numerous companies that do offer very inexpensive ways for us to discreetly home grow without our neighbors knowing, without,
How are you?
Good.
I was just wondering who called us
Yeah.
for the property.
Can I speak with you
Absolutely.
in just a minute?
Absolutely.
As these ladies are leaving.
Hello.
That would be great. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate it, Ashley.
Okay.
Have a wonderful day. Thank you for your service.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming out, guys. Thank you very much for your
thank you.
service.
How'd it go?
I guess we'll have to see on Facebook, huh? Nice. Nice. Good job. We didn't get to see Sweeney though? No?
No.
Is he there? Is he here?
Yeah.
I think he's here, yeah.
Yeah,
He's
he
here.
is.
He won't come out and talk to you?
No.
I was
Interesting,
hoping
we're
he'd
here on
at least
Thursdays,
come
yeah.
out and hear something.
Well, I did want to ask her one other thing, but.
Well, I mean, now I guess we'll wait and see. I mean, we will have to post it. I had everything regarding, so you go into my feed later on. I don't even, And she's very nice. She listened to our concerns.
She did.
We brought up individual concerns,
Awesome.
why homegrown is important to us individually and together. What the whole end game is for us as patients.
Yes, I just wanted to ask her.
Okay, that's all right.
I just wanted to know.
Now, who's the head of the group?
Today it's Joanne.
Yeah, I got her.
Joanne is today.
Okay.
Because we're part of the Coalition for Medical Marijuana New Jersey.
I saw that.
Yes.
If you want, like I said, they said the grass is fine. I guess in the beginning, you guys all came up here, and this is the private property, this section up here. So you just want to go on the grass. So the grass is fine where you're at over there.
Okay.
After she had done talking to her, I'll talk to her. She said she was talking to you and you guys. You two.
Yes.
So now if that's done, stay over there. You guys can do all your protesting. That'd be fine.
Okay, thank you so
All
much.
right.
And
Thank
Just
you.
don't have them come
Thank
up
you,
here.
gentlemen, for your
Right.
service.
Okay.
Alrighty,
Yeah, we
guys.
totally understand.
Yep.
Thank you so much for everything that you do for the community.
Peaceful protests are all good.
Yeah.
We have to
Absolutely.
do them, so.
We're out here for you guys too, because we want to see you have the
I did that
ability
job
to
once in my life.
to
and
make
I was
your
like, I'm done.
choice and not, have to go home and choose pills or alcohol.
Yeah,
so,
Absolutely.
we want you to be able to.
Have your rights to medication.
Absolutely.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'm doing anything.
All right.
And she talked to you. I guess you're the leader of the coalition right now.
A group, yeah.
Okay. I guess in the beginning when you guys all came up, that's when we got the phone call. Now that everybody stays over there, keep them on the grass, not impeding any of the traffic flow or the pedestrian flow. You guys can go over there and have a peaceful protest as long as you like.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now this is it for coming up to the door, right?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Okay, now she said she didn't know if that was done. I just wanted to make sure it was.
We put out a press release. I did not send it to them, but some of us thought maybe they would have seen it.
Send it to us just so we know, and then we can. We could have met you out here and said, "Look, stay over here and do this," and would have been a little bit easier. But
Okay.
you're good. Where you guys
so
out?
much.
We're all over the
Yeah,
state.
Yeah,
we're
everywhere.
Yeah.
Who's traveling the farthest?
Probably me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Joanne.
I
I'm
think
like
so.
10 minutes. Bergen County. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
But a lot of the patients are from this area.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fitzgrove? Okay.
I'm from Collingswood, where Oakland is technically where I'm from, but I lived a long time in West Effort in the woods in Narratican, so
Oh, okay.
I lived there for a long
So you were in West Effort and Narratican?
time. Well, the woods in Narratican is like on the border right there, so because we were on the brand new side of it.
Okay.
So I think it was like technically, like I don't know, but we were right there.
Well, nice.
So,
But luckily enough, you didn't have that far to travel to get here.
That's very true. But now I'm in Oakland, but I still
Camden County.
Yeah.
You got it on video. I'll get it on video. Camden County. Closer's much nicer.
Well, you know
Here, guys,
what?
we'll walk over here.
I have
Okay.
to say, in
Get
a
a
lot
chance.
of ways, I don't disagree with you.
I'm gonna follow you.
I like, yeah, good. I like Walter County.
She makes it out to the state house.
We're doing it together, but separately, and that's not something easy. And home grow would solve a lot of problems for us. It would really help financially. I mean, you know.
If it does go recreational, they should do something with that money to help the patients, because
Exactly.
the patients need to
Get
gain
back to
some
the
kind of
patient
benefit.
some way.
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, insurance should pay for it.
Absolutely, they should.
Alrighty, guys.
That's where we need to take care of.
Thank you, sir.
Be safe. Have fun.
Yeah,
same to you. Like I say, just kind of stay within the grants. They don't have any issue with that.
Are they coming out?
Protests are good.
Thank you.
They're coming out. You're more than welcome to stay out here, guys.
Pretty coincidental that.
Wrong building, Suite 400, not 600.
Yeah, you guys set the wrong building on fire. We said.
Look, the vultures are.
We said 400, guys.
The vultures are waiting for them.
That's so messed up.
The vultures are waiting for them.
Who set fire?
Some pothead, probably Wayne. Too coincidental for me. I would blame the potheads. If I was you, yeah, I'd blame the potheads too. But who knows?
I just finally got all my joints, so it wasn't me.
Oh, this guy was the one that wrote the sign, get high on rice.
Get high on rice.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Oh, this guy.
The vultures.
He films the police. This guy here likes to film the police. This guy here films the police. I'm gonna film him filming the police. How you doing, bro?
How you doing? Oh,
You missed it.
I saw a couple. Where'd they go?
Yeah, they went to put out a fire over there, and they might be back there.
Yeah, I'm sure they're gonna stick around and make sure we don't get out of hand.
Oh, yeah, right. Yeah, I know, we almost burnt the buildings down.